Hello, welcome to another tonal landscape oil painting demonstration. This is your painter in residence, M. Francis McCarthy. And the painting I'm bringing you today is called Path to Twilight. It's a 5x7, painted this last week, and it's old styles. It's old styles, my friends. And no palette or anything. That camera, it just decided, I don't know, it spit out the card. It told me there was a card error, and whatever. It's a beautiful painting, though. I'm very proud of it. It's really, I'd say, the subject of the painting is the path itself. But watch me put it together, and we'll talk for a little bit here. Hopefully, you've been checking out the measle talks. Those are fun. I'm getting better at them, I think, in that I'm getting more comfortable being camera facing. I'm quite comfortable talking, as you know. I've been doing this for over 10 years now. I have no problem talking, but a bit shy with the camera thing, but whatever. I got it, getting over myself, right? So here I didn't have my T-square. I couldn't find that. Now I'm imparting that tale in the live session of this video, which is a really good one, I think. It's not too long, and you get the what I did manage to salvage was the palette with the color mixing session, which was pretty extensive. So I'm proud of that. That's part of that live session. You can get that in the YouTube members area here, or you can do that. I like the Substack. I'll tell you why. I can get you an email. You know things are happening. And there's a heck of a lot of great stuff being built there. Mostly these transcripts, which I'm very proud of, especially for the easel talks. So anyway, we'll get back into the painting. Enough of that. Yeah, so these are like pine type trees, which aren't normally my favorite to paint, but I was quite inspired by this little bit of reference. I'll be honest, it's just something I kind of captured from a quick grab of my screen, and I took a lot of liberties with it. That reference image is in the you can always see it in the Substack area. I'm going to try and remember too to get it into the YouTube members area, but the best way is I always make sure on the because what I love about the Substack is that you got pictures, video. Heck, I could put some of my music in there if I wanted. Anyway, working on Deep Earth, which is house paint on MDF. I really like that MDF. That's probably it's my favorite to paint on. It's just so nice and smooth. And I've been around with the texture thing. There is a very slight pebblish texture, especially some of the boards I grab have been prepped for a while. But these days I've gotten into a technique where I am minimizing that texture element extensively. I don't want it. I just want the texture with my brush. The smoother the board is. And now I did try painting on that ACM. There's a video on the channel. Just type in ACM there into the search, which was okay. I really like the smoothness, but in a sense too smooth, unnatural. And I had to back off on the ACM. For now, with smaller pieces, where I very much might be interested in larger works later, and I'll tell you why. The main reason is right. Sorry about that. Yeah, it's just I thought, maybe I left the the camera when I'm doing the mixing. I've got two cameras, and the camera is on the painting mostly because I'm getting audio from there and things. So anyway, no, it's all good. Yeah. Uh, so yeah, we did our painting with the I was saying burn umber on that deep earth, which was really on a very nice smooth surface. Oh, I was talking about that ACM. I want to finish off briefly about that. So what's great about it is that you don't have to worry about that painting rotting in any way. The MDF, you get enough water around that, it's going to go the way of any other work on paper. And initially, when I had a flood in my studio back in, I think it was 2020 or 2021, something like that, I lost quite a few paintings that had become submerged. Yeah, and just a torrential rainstorm, and yeah, it flooded us out. And I was like, no, no MDF. But what occurred to me is that the working on the hardboard's nice, but it's not quite as smooth. For one, the hardboard stands up quite nicely to flooding, but my feeling is now is that a lot of people just work on paper. They work on illustration board. You basically, if I'm working on MDF, it needs to be treated like it was a work on paper. And other than that, it's incredibly stable. But when would I use the ACM? Well, I tell you, I would definitely consider it for larger things where the thing is, like with these 5x7s, I'm going to have a box of these. And of course, a newer piece like this, a real nice piece like this, I'm going to grab a frame and try and get it into a gallery or something. But, if I don't, if it's the off season or what have you, pardon me, I'm going to have a sip here of my beverage. I keep it in a box with a bunch of other 5x7s. So what was happening with the ACM is that the edge, that's a metal ACM. If you don't know, it's on a plastic core. It's a very smooth sheet of aluminum that's got a coating on it. Very interesting, and not bad for painting. And but that edge was scraping my other wood paintings, so it's out and Z. Yeah, I kept saying, what the heck's happening to my paintings? And it's that one ACM painting in the box, wreaking havoc everywhere. Okay, we've got an ad for the book. We've been shipping the book. Thank you for those of you that we had a few hiccups with this and that. With the post office is just kind of freaking out with the whole U.S. thing, but everyone's got it under control now. We've sent out at least 5 books since all that's gone down, and everyone's getting their books and really digging them. And I'm working on the new book, but this one's 65 U.S. international shipping's included, and I'll get it to you. You'll get it, and you'll enjoy it. It covers everything I do is in there. I've been refining things, and now the new books I'm working on isn't a repeat. Kind of like, I don't know if you ever saw the Kevin McPherson painting. There's landscape painting inside out, and then he has uh, fill your paintings with color and light. And there are differences, but they basically cover a similar approach and kind of a how-to approach. The new book is a series of insights and essays, all in written form, and the print version is going to be lavishly illustrated with my paintings, and that's what I've been working on. So that's all coming together. It's looking awesome, and it'll be coming out. Yeah. Anyway, back to the painting. So we laid in that sky, kind of, and you know what? That is not blue at the top. It's gray, which is a chapter in the new book, gray instead of blue. I can write a whole chapter about that. Now, these chapters aren't long either. That's the other thing I want to mention. It's for the modern audience. You get in, you get out. I know that you don't need a lot of extra words, but what I will say is any topic that you've chose to read about, like anything I could think of to say, you know. But the great thing also about those easel talks is that maybe there's always more to say because we love painting. Anyway, you saw me lay in my blacks. Now that's a bit of Mars black with a bit of burn umber in it and looking nice. I like to get that whole armature of the darks solidly in there. And the way I work, it's a process, okay? It's like let the process carry you because every painting's different. Every painting presents plenty of challenges. So you see what I do on every single painting here. I have a nicely prepped board that I'm excited to paint on. I've got an interesting reference image which I share lots of times on the YouTube as well. Whatever. And I do that underpainting, which is my interpretation of the scene and paint. I try to keep it fairly loose and interpretive of my emotional response to the scene. Not super technical, not overdone. And then from there, we're gonna, put in those darks, which we already have some structure in place. We already have a good sense of where we want to be there. And then we just bring everything up to meet the sky. Isn't that Oh, actually, I skipped the sky step. So we're always going to pop that sky in right there with the underpainting. And so I remember I was thinking about this painting this week. Um, I've been doing this on the channel a long time, and some lady said, my teacher said you didn't do the trees with the sky and this and that. And I didn't totally understand what she was saying, but I understand that one of the hardest interactions in paintings is the trees where they overlap the sky, if you don't know the secret. So the real secret is to uh, have a really good sense of where that sky needs to be because you're underpainting is in place. So you have a good idea, and increasingly I wait to define the actual shapes of the trees until I am putting in the sky. It's a bit amorphous. It could go a lot of different ways. So there's some tips ahoy for you, and you can see I'm laying in my greens and whatnot. And the thing is with my approach, and one I've been sharing it forever, is you can incorporate this as processes. Okay, it's systems, and systems are always better than goals, my friends. Okay, this is one of the lessons I have for you. It's great to have goals to make X amount of paintings or to accomplish this or that or the other thing with your art. But having systems in place, so like I have a positive system for creating paintings, it works very well. You know, not always. The fact that this is the truth of it, the same system that's in place to make the great paintings I use for the bad ones, because it's not easy to make a nice painting even if you have a good system, okay? But it's certainly going to be easier if you have processes in place that support you as an artist. And that's a chapter in the new book. Just coming back around. Now I'm really excited about that green I just put in, and then the red too. And that's one of the reasons I was like really interested in sharing this painting with you. It's kind of, like I said, not my favorite type of trees, these pine trees, but I have to say I enjoy painting them. And what I tried to do was just keep things real loose. And when I'm painting those kind of trees, I always think of the lessons old Bob Ross taught us. And I sometimes I talk down Bob because I don't like smeary paint and things, but he did teach us the brilliant way to handle the pine trees. Remember, he'll just take that brush and kind of rock his hand back and forth, and at least get some movement in there. At least get some interest. The last thing you want to do is make them like cones, or like a megaphone shape. Like your classic Christmas tree shape. That's a big no-no, I think. And I'd like to paint more. I used to have quite a bad attitude about it. But these days, I embraced it. I think I was thinking, well, I just like that path. It's really long, it's really windy, and the thing is, with a lot of the things I paint, I'm very honest, and you hear it all in the live painting sessions. Um, I will add paths to scenes using digital means. Before we had some of the newer means, I would just collect pictures of paths I took and bring them into photos. And I do that still sometimes because I love a good path. I love the way it leads you into the scene from the foreground. And in this case, you can see my true love for the path come through. This painting is called Path to Twilight because that's what it is. And we're enjoying all the rich colors. We're headed towards God knows what in the distance there, but it's I think it's a nice painting. Yeah, and I enjoyed sharing it with you today. So let's see. Check out there is it's going out tomorrow, so you'll already see it. The easel talk last one I did is on what is it? Oh yeah, 10 steps to successful painting. You can't beat it. It's a great overview kind of easel talk. And as long as I get to if you want me to concentrate on specific aspects of painting, all you really got to do is leave me a comment because comments have dropped off. I don't know. Lots of things. People seem engaged. Lots of books are selling and things, so I'm not complaining or anything. But I really do enjoy the comments I get. And if you get a chance to leave me a like, help YouTube, which is rapidly becoming TV. help people find this stuff that might resonate with it, like maybe you did. Anyway, till I come back with another video for your edification, hopefully for your edification and enjoyment, do me a favor. Take good care of yourself, your family, all your loved ones. Stay out of trouble and fight the power.